coming at you live from 1716 Christian Street Studios. I'm here with DJ
And the commish.
and we're going to talk to you about the Week 1 and Week 2 happenings in the Fantasy League of Child Please. So first, DJ, why don't you take it away real quick?
First, we're going to start off with a little segment I like to call Come On, Man.
Come on, man.
And my first nomination for Come On, Man is one Mr. William Conlo. It's not exactly fantasy related, but we've been doing an album exchange. Each week,
Yes.
someone in our house, plus Bill, nominates an album, and he skipped this week. He simply neglected it. He was reminded, and he failed to find 5 minutes to put an album up.
Come on, man. Indeed, yeah. Okay, I'm actually going to throw my come on, man to you, DJ. Watching Monday Night Football with you last night, watching Peyton implode, watching you squirm on the couch a little bit, making some ugly faces, not really liking the 3 first quarter picks. I understand that, but you're in a close matchup. You need Peyton to get the win, and you're going to bail just because you're a little tired and you're a little disappointed, and you're going to walk up before halftime's even over. And it wasn't like there was 10 minutes left in the second quarter or anything like that. We were down to the 2-minute warning. Peyton was pushing in the red zone. Looked like he was about to score some fantasy points for you, and you couldn't even hang in there and watch it. So, my come on man's going to go to you, DJ.
It's a low blow.
Hey, keeping it real. All right, let's move it on to the by the numbers section.
Ooh, by the numbers. Week 1, week 2. Start with week 1.
Start with week 1 here, yeah.
Who do you got?
Okay, so first let me pull up my data here. Okay, 0.28. 0.28 is our first
Close.
number.
It's a low one.
That's a low number. That is the number of points that Pat beat Dan Feldman by in his Week 1 fantasy matchup.
Dan Feldman Minstrel Show?
He is Minstrel Show.
Minstrel Show.
He got a shout out in the last edition, for the
Minstrel
team
Show.
name. We're still a little confused, but we love it. We love it.
Still want to know what it means.
Indeed. But, so, there have been some grumblings about fractional point scoring in the past, but I think right here we have a situation winning by 0.28 fantasy points. That's a bet for fractional scoring if I've ever heard one. So, 0.28. What do you got for Week 1?
Good stuff. My Week 1 by the numbers, 26.
Okay.
The number of points Nate Keating scored to propel Pete to an unbelievably poor victory.
What
Unbelievably poor.
position does Nate Keating play?
Kicker.
Kicker.
He's a kicker.
26 points.
How do you score? I'm not even sure that's possible.
That might be a record.
It probably is.
Might be a
probably
record.
will be this year. Nate Keating. Pete, you got lucky. You got lucky that week.
All right. So we're going to go to Week 2 here, play a little catch up here, Week 2. That number is going to be 3. 3 is the number of points that I outscored Bill's total competition 2 weeks cumulative in just 1 week. So my team, scored 120.54 points
game.
in Week 2. Now, in Week 1 and 2 combined, Bill's opponents have scored 117.54 points. So, obviously you have a case of a really good team outscoring 2 really bad teams, cumulative in 2 weeks. So 3, by the numbers 3 for Week 2.
My Week 2 by the number is actually a double number. First number, 55.44. The number of points Robert Griffin III has scored cumulatively. He's the leading fantasy player at this point, and the leading quarterback.
Leading fantasy player. Now I'm going to have to pull up some data on that. Make sure you're 100% correct on that. Stat checker, Tony Reale in the house?
I am 100% correct. This is a little redemption for Bill. I hate to call ourselves out. The DJ and the commissioner are rarely wrong, but we look to be wrong on this 1 point, at least over these 2 weeks. My second number is 52.40. That is CJ Spiller's total cumulative points so far. And I hate to call us out again, but Will's strategy of drafting 9 running backs seemed to have paid off. He sort of like taking a scatter shot. You're bound to hit 1 or 2, and he appears to have hit 1 or 2.
Yeah, he has. And actually, I'm going to have to, do a little stat checking on you there, Jake. And yeah, you're at 100% correct. Robert Griffin III for $9. Bill, you got that one dead on. So, hang tight there. We're through 2 weeks, but Robert Griffin III looking like,
Looking like a champion.
Looking like a champion. All right, let's move it along to waiver pickup of the week.
Ooh, waiver pickup. I'm going to start this one off with Mr. Dwyer for $4, picked up by Will, another running back. I didn't know who he was till about 10 minutes ago, and Jared explained to me that he is vying for a position
In Pittsburgh's
St. Louis backfield.
No, that'd
yeah.
be Pittsburgh. That'd be Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
Yes, Pittsburgh's backfield.
Isaac Redman, Rashard Mendenhall. It's a crowded backfield, but Jonathan Dwyer is trying to separate himself. So
He's trying.
He's trying. We'll see. But
see.
Will going with that strategy, loading up on running backs. Could be another C.J. Spiller in the making. We'll find out.
I like it. Who do you have on the waiver wire pickup?
Interestingly enough, I also have Will for the waiver pickup of the week.
He's pretty active.
Yeah, he's been active. Well, when you draft 9 running backs in your draft, you're going to make some moves. You kind of have to. So he actually went with a player that I drafted.
I also seem to remember him picking up quite a few players last year. Seems to be his sort of MO.
Will did win all the fantasy. He had about half his team or more was completely off the waiver wire. It's one of those.
Putting everyone on notice right now.
Yeah, it's a risky move, but it has paid off for him in the past. So you can see that he's returning to that strategy in the early goings of this season, and picked up Reggie Wayne, who I had actually drafted and then dropped to make room for a tight end. So he picked up Reggie for $13, which was a pretty penny. But Reggie's had a real nice start to the season. Andrew Luck's looking good, and could turn out to be a pretty smooth move. So, Will, 2 waiver wire pickups of the week. Nice job there. And all right, let's move it on to our last segment. Something new that we learned this week.
I was blown away by Pat, and I came into the season thinking Pat was going to be a joke.
I think a lot of us did.
It's kind of a joke last year. Doesn't really follow football, but he's had 2 solid performances. His team looks good. I don't see any big holes in them. They look like they'll be able to continue to put up solid numbers. So, Pat, congratulations. You're now a competitor.
Very nice job, Pat. All right. Lastly, we got something new that I learned this week, which was that the debate over divisions is actually still not over. We kind of thought that had died, when we actually, got this league started and, went into the regular season, started playing some games, put it behind us. No, Bill's still a little upset about that. Hitting me up on GChat, complaining about divisions still, making some little snide remarks. So I thought we were going to let that one die, but Bill, you get the something new that I learned this week. Still bitter about the divisions, so maybe we'll see that die away as the season goes on, but maybe not. You never know.
Hopefully we see it die.
Hopefully.
Pretty sure Bill's the only one who cared about divisions.
And will remain to be. All right, well, that about wraps it up from 1716 Christian Street Studios. Of course, this is going to be a weekly, bi-weekly thing. We got DJ
and the commish
coming at you. Stay tuned for more. DJ, any parting shots for the camera and the people at home? It's not really fantasy related, but yeah.
Yeah, it is.